I am the stage upon which life's grandest spectacles unfold. A majestic battlefield of beauty, where the relentless forces of nature and the patient hand of time have sculpted wonders beyond your wildest imagination. For millennia, I have watched continents drift, mountains rise, and oceans churn, each moment a brushstroke on a canvas of breathtaking scale. My surface is a testament to this constant, powerful creation, a gallery of masterpieces forged in fire, ice, wind, and water. Every cliff face tells a story, every river carves a legacy, and every forest breathes with an ancient, untamed spirit. From the crushing darkness of my deepest ocean trenches to the rarefied air of my highest mountain peaks, I hold places that blur the very line between reality and dream. Here, you can witness landscapes so surreal they seem conjured from a fantasy, yet they are as real as the ground beneath your feet. I offer you the dazzling electric pulse of cities that never sleep, their lights a constellation on my skin, and the profound, restorative silence of my most peaceful countrysides, where the only sound is the whisper of the wind. These are my treasures, my secrets, my gifts to you. And so, I invite you to begin an extraordinary journey with me. Together, we will explore the 100 most spectacular places I have to offer. These are not merely destinations. They are experiences that will capture your senses and stir your soul. Prepare to venture to corners of my existence where beauty is so profound, so overwhelming, it will make your heart beat with a primal, unforgettable awe. This is my story, a tour of my very soul, and I am honored to share it with you. In the heart of Jiangxi province, nestled away from the clamor of the modern world, lies a sanctuary I have cradled for centuries, Wangxian Valley. This is not just a place of scenic beauty, it is a living painting, a realm where the boundary between the mortal and the ethereal seems to dissolve. Here, traditional houses with their elegant curved roofs cling precariously to sheer cliff faces, as if suspended in time. Fog often rolls through the valley, a soft white blanket that shrouds the landscape in mystery, muting the vibrant greens and grays and making the world feel hushed and reverent. It is a place where every vista is a poem waiting to be read. The air here is thick with ancient stories, whispered by the wind as it rustles through the bamboo groves and over the gurgling streams. For generations, people have sought solace within this valley, finding a profound connection to the rhythms of nature that I so carefully maintain. The very rocks seem to hold the memories of monks who meditated here, of artists who sought inspiration in the shifting light, and of villagers whose lives have been intrinsically linked to this dramatic yet gentle landscape. Walking its stone pathways is like stepping into a legend, a journey back to a simpler, more contemplative time, where humanity lived in harmony with my contours. To visit Wangxian is to engage in an act of peace. You can feel the energy of the earth by hiking the winding trails that snake up the mountainsides, each turn revealing a new, breathtaking perspective of the valley below. Seek a quiet corner, perhaps beside a cascading waterfall, or under the shade of an ancient pine, and allow the profound silence to guide you into meditation. Or partake in a timeless ritual, enjoying a cup of fragrant tea in one of the cliffside pavilions, letting the warmth of the cup and the majesty of the view seep into your very being. This is a place I offer for healing, for reflection, and for rediscovering the quiet magic that resides within us all. This valley is a perfect example of how human ingenuity can complement my natural forms rather than dominate them. The architecture does not scar the cliffs, it adorns them. The pathways do not conquer the slopes, they follow their gentle guidance. It is a delicate dance between creation and preservation, a model of coexistence that I hold dear. Wangxian Valley is more than a destination. It is a feeling, a state of mind, a testament to the enduring power of tranquility and the sublime beauty that arises when humanity listens to the soft, steady heartbeat of the planet. In the Swiss Alps, where my peaks pierce the sky with jagged grandeur, human ambition has often sought to tame my rugged terrain. One of the most elegant and audacious examples of this is the Landwasser Viaduct. It is a marvel of engineering, a graceful arc of dark limestone comprising 6 towering arches. It does not impose itself upon the landscape, rather it appears to spring organically from the cliffs, a stone ribbon thrown across the dizzying gorge of the Landwasser River. Watching a train traverse it is to witness a moment of pure spectacle, a tiny crimson thread weaving its way through a colossal tapestry of rock and forest. The journey itself is a symphony of movement and anticipation. As the Ratian railway train emerges from a tunnel, the world suddenly opens up. For a few breathtaking seconds, passengers are suspended in midair, with nothing but the viaduct's slender arches between them and the turquoise river far below. The train then makes its dramatic curve before plunging directly into the sheer rock face on the other side, disappearing into the dark embrace of the Landwasser Tunnel. It is a passage that feels like a leap of faith, a testament to the courage and vision of those who dared to carve a path through my most formidable mountains over a century ago. This structure is more than just a bridge. It is a vital artery and a cultural icon. As part of the Albula Line, a UNESCO World Heritage Site, the Landwasser Viaduct represents a golden age of railway construction, a period when engineering was elevated to an art form. It symbolizes the connection of remote alpine communities, linking them to the wider world while respecting the sublime beauty of their isolation. The viaduct stands as a proud monument to human perseverance and ingenuity, demonstrating how we can overcome immense natural obstacles not with brute force, but with grace, elegance, and a deep appreciation for the environment it inhabits. Year after year, season after season, the viaduct presents a different face. In summer, it is framed by lush green forests and the sparkle of the river below. In autumn, it is surrounded by a fiery palette of reds, oranges, and golds. In winter, it becomes a fairy tale structure, dusted with snow, with the iconic red train providing a vibrant splash of color against the stark white landscape. The Landwasser Viaduct is a timeless piece of my history, a place where the mechanical precision of humanity meets the raw, untamed power of my alpine heart in a perfect, harmonious union. Deep within the Annamite Mountains of central Vietnam, I have hidden away a secret, subterranean kingdom, Phong Nha Ke Bang National Park. On the surface, it is a landscape of immense beauty, a vast expanse of one of the finest and most extensive examples of karst topography in Asia. Towering limestone plateaus, dense tropical forests, and winding rivers define this wilderness. But the true marvel of Phong Nha lies beneath the surface, in a world unseen, unheard, and largely untouched for millions of years. This is where I have sculpted my largest and most magnificent caves. This is a world of colossal chambers and underground rivers. Here, you will find Hang Son Dung, a cave so vast that a skyscraper could fit inside its largest cavern, a space that contains its own jungle and climate. Sunlight pierces through massive sinkholes, or dolines, illuminating surreal scenes where lush vegetation thrives deep within the earth. Mighty rivers, like the Rao Thuong, have carved these subterranean highways, flowing through darkness for miles, their waters echoing in the immense silence. Exploring these caves is like journeying to the very center of my being, a humbling experience in a realm of giants. The landscape of Phong Nha is one of constant transformation, a dynamic interplay between water and rock. During the wet season, the rivers swell, flooding many of the lower caves and reshaping their passages with powerful currents. This seasonal pulse is the lifeblood of the region, depositing rich sediments and carving new features into the limestone. When the waters recede, they reveal a world reborn, with pristine gowers, sparkling calcite formations, and newly sculpted riverbanks. It is a powerful reminder that my creative processes are never-ending. The world beneath your feet is as alive and changing as the one above. This underground network is not just a geological wonder. It is a sanctuary for a unique and fragile ecosystem. Creatures adapted to a life of perpetual darkness, translucent fish, blind spiders, and other rare species, make their home here. The discovery of this vast cave system is relatively recent in human history, and much of it remains unexplored, holding secrets yet to be uncovered. Phong Nha Ke Bang is a frontier of discovery, a testament to the mysteries I still hold, and a precious reminder of the vast hidden worlds that exist just beyond the reach of the sun. On the banks where three of my rivers converge in Sichuan province, a figure of immense serenity has been watching over the waters for more than a millennium. This is the Leshan giant Buddha, a statue of such monumental scale that it seems not merely carved from the cliffside, but to be the cliffside itself. At 71 meters tall, it is the largest and tallest stone Buddha statue in the world. His shoulders are as wide as a sports field, and honestly, his smallest toenail is large enough for a person to sit upon. For centuries, this colossal figure has gazed out with an expression of profound peace, a mountain transformed into a guardian. The story of its creation is one of extraordinary devotion and perseverance. It began in the 8th century with a Chinese monk named Hai Tong. He was troubled by the turbulent waters where the Min, Dadu, and Qingyi rivers met, a treacherous confluence that had claimed countless boats and lives. He believed that the presence of the Buddha would calm the currents and protect the local people. For 90 years, generations of workers toiled, chiseling away at the red sandstone of Lingyun Mountain, slowly revealing the form of Maitreya, the future Buddha, who represents a time of peace and enlightenment. The sheer engineering genius of this statue is as remarkable as its size. An ingenious and sophisticated drainage system was integrated into the sculpture, with hidden channels and gutters carved into the Buddha's hair, collar, and arms. This system has been crucial in preserving the statue, diverting rainwater and reducing weathering, protecting it from the very moisture and erosion that it was built to overlook. The construction project was so massive that the stone debris deposited into the river below did, in fact, alter the currents, making the waters safer for passing vessels, just as the monk Hai Tong had hoped. To stand at the feet of the Leshan giant Buddha is to feel an overwhelming sense of humility and awe. Whether viewed from a boat on the river, looking up at its immense face, or by descending the winding cliffside staircase to gaze upon its giant toes, the experience is deeply moving. The statue is more than a historical artifact or a tourist attraction. It is a powerful symbol of compassion, a testament to the enduring power of faith, and a timeless message of peace carved into the very heart of my landscape. It stands as a silent, eternal protector, a mountain of serenity. In the northern reaches of Ethiopia, I have crafted a land that feels like it belongs to another world entirely. This is the Danakil Depression, one of the lowest, driest, and hottest places on my surface. Here, the ground itself seems to boil, and the air shimmers with a heat so intense it can feel like a physical weight. It is a place where 3 of my tectonic plates are actively pulling apart, a geological crucible where the Earth's crust is thin and the fiery heart below is palpable. This is not a gentle land. It is a raw, volatile, and profoundly alien landscape that showcases my most extreme creative powers. The colors of Danakil are staggering, a painter's palette of impossible hues. At Dalal, hydrothermal fields create a surreal vista of acid pools, sulfur springs, and salt deposits. The ground is a psychedelic tapestry of neon yellows, vibrant greens, toxic oranges, and brilliant whites, all bubbling and steaming under the relentless sun. These are not colors of life as you know it, but of chemistry, of minerals forced to the surface from deep within my core. It is a landscape that is dangerously beautiful, where every step must be taken with care, for the ground is a fragile crust over boiling, acidic water. This is also a realm of salt. Vast, blindingly white salt flats stretch to the horizon, the remnants of an ancient sea that evaporated long ago. For centuries, the Afar people have made the perilous journey into this basin to harvest the salt, cutting it into perfect rectangular slabs. They lead long caravans of camels across this scorching wasteland, a tradition that has remained unchanged for generations. Their resilience is a testament to the human ability to adapt and find a way to live in even the most inhospitable corners of my world. Their lives interwoven with the rhythms of this harsh, unforgiving environment. Despite the brutal conditions, life, in its most tenacious forms, persists here. In the hypersaline lakes and acidic pools, scientists have discovered extremophile microbes, organisms that thrive in conditions that would be instantly fatal to most other life forms. These tiny survivors offer clues as to how life might exist on other planets. The Danakil Depression is more than just a geological oddity. It is a natural laboratory. It is a window into my primordial past, and perhaps a glimpse into the future of distant worlds, a place where the boundaries of life are tested and redefined. In my Hunan province, I have sculpted a forest unlike any other on Earth. This is not a forest of trees, but of stone. Welcome to Zhangjiajie National Forest Park, a world of thousands of slender, towering quartzite sandstone pillars. Rising hundreds of meters into the air, these dramatic columns resemble giant petrified trees, their tops often adorned with tenacious patches of foliage. They are the result of millions of years of physical erosion, as water and ice have patiently carved away the surrounding rock, leaving only these resilient spires. When mist fills the valleys, the pillars appear to float in the air, creating a dreamscape of profound and surreal beauty. This otherworldly landscape is so fantastical that it has inspired artists and storytellers for centuries, most recently serving as a visual blueprint for the floating mountains in the film Avatar. To wander through Zhangjiajie is to feel as though you have stepped onto another planet. Winding paths, bridges, and viewing platforms allow you to navigate this vertical world, offering ever-changing perspectives of the stone forest. Each pillar has its own character, its own name, and its own story, standing as silent sentinels that have witnessed the slow, patient passage of geological time. Nearby, another of my great wonders commands attention: Tianmen Mountain, or Heaven's Gate Mountain. The journey to its summit is an adventure in itself, involving a ride on one of the world's longest passenger cable cars. The ascent takes you from a modern city, over bucolic countryside, and then steeply up the sheer cliffs of the mountain, offering breathtaking views at every moment. For those with a taste for thrills, the mountain is famous for its glass-bottomed walkways, which cling to the side of the vertical cliffs, offering a terrifying and exhilarating view of the world dropping away thousands of feet below your shoes. The crowning glory of Tianmen Mountain is the Heaven's Gate itself, a colossal natural arch that has eroded straight through the mountainside. This enormous keyhole to the sky is a place of spiritual significance and natural splendor. To reach it, you must climb 999 steep and narrow steps, a pilgrimage known as the Stairway to Heaven. Standing beneath this massive arch, with the sky framed perfectly within it and the world spread out far below, is an experience of pure awe. Zhangjiajie and Tianmen Mountain are places where I have let my imagination run wild, creating landscapes that challenge your perceptions and fill your soul with wonder. In the heart of Greece, near the Pindus Mountains, stands a testament to the convergence of geological marvel and unwavering human faith. This is Meteora, which translates to suspended in the air. And that is precisely what you will find here. Ancient monasteries, perched precariously atop immense natural rock pillars that thrust vertically towards the heavens. These monolithic columns, some reaching over 400 meters high, were sculpted by eons of wind and water, remnants of a river delta that existed millions of years ago. They create a landscape that is both surreal and deeply spiritual, a forest of stone giants reaching for the sky. The story of the monasteries is one of refuge and devotion. Beginning in the 11th century, hermit monks sought solitude and isolation in the small caves that pockmark these pillars, seeking to be closer to God and further from the temptations and dangers of the world below. Then, starting in the 14th century, during a time of political instability and invasion, they began the Herculean task of building monasteries on the very summits of these inaccessible rocks. It was an act of incredible faith and astonishing engineering, a desire to create a sanctuary that was almost unreachable. For centuries, the only way to reach these holy refuges was by being hauled up in a net or by climbing long, terrifying rope ladders. Supplies, building materials, and the monks themselves were lifted to the heavens by a system of ropes and pulleys, a process that required immense trust in both the equipment and in divine providence. This profound isolation allowed the monastic communities to flourish, preserving Greek Orthodox culture and religious heart through turbulent times. Today, while staircases have been carved into the rock to allow for easier access, the sense of awe at their construction remains undiminished. Visiting Meteora is a journey that transcends mere sightseeing. As you stand in the courtyard of a monastery like the Holy Trinity or the Great Meteoron, looking out over the panoramic expanse of the plain of Thessaly, you can feel the profound peace and spiritual energy of the place. The air is still, the views are endless, and the history is palpable. The monasteries of Meteora are not just buildings on rocks. They are a symbol of the human spirit's ability to reach for the divine, to overcome impossible obstacles through faith, and to create places of serene beauty in the most unlikely of domains. In the desolate, scorched landscape of Ethiopia's Danakil Depression, there is a place that offers a direct, mesmerizing glimpse into my fiery, molten heart. This is Erta Ale, a continuously active shield volcano whose name means smoking mountain. It is not a classic, conical volcano, but a low, broad mound rising from the desert floor. Its true spectacle lies at its summit, within its caldera, where one of the world's few persistent lava lakes churns and glows. To stand at its rim is to witness the raw, elemental process of creation, a sight both terrifying and hypnotic. The journey to Erta Ale is an expedition into one of my most inhospitable environments. It involves trekking across jagged, cooled lava fields under the cover of darkness to avoid the crushing daytime heat. The ground is sharp, unstable, and radiates a stored warmth from the sun. As you approach the summit, a faint red glow appears on the horizon, growing brighter with every step, accompanied by a low, guttural rumbling that seems to emanate from the very core of the planet. It is a primal sound, the sound of the earth breathing fire. Peering over the crater's edge is an experience that imprints itself on the memory forever. Below, a lake of molten rock over 1,000 degrees Celsius churns in a constant, violent ballet. The surface cools into a dark crust, which is then torn apart by upwelling currents of incandescent magma, creating shifting patterns of brilliant orange and red. Fountains of lava erupt into the air, and toxic sulfuric gases billow into the night sky. It is a vision of a primordial world, a window back to a time when my entire surface was a sea of fire. Erta Ale is a place where science and local culture converge. For geologists, it is an invaluable natural laboratory for studying plate tectonics and volcanic activity. For the local Afar people, it is a place of legends and spirits, the gateway to hell. This blend of empirical study and ancient reverence captures the essence of such a powerful place. To witness the lava lake of Erta Ale is to be humbled by the immense power simmering just beneath our feet, a dramatic and unforgettable reminder that I am a living, breathing, and ever-changing planet. In the heart of the Canadian Rocky Mountains, I have set aside a place of such quintessential and majestic beauty that it has become a global icon of wilderness. This is Banff National Park, Canada's first and most famous national park. It is a sprawling kingdom of towering snow-capped peaks, vast glaciers, impossibly turquoise glacial lakes, and dense coniferous forests. Here, my grandeur is on full display, a landscape sculpted by the immense power of ice and time, where every vista is more breathtaking than the last. It is a place that commands reverence and inspires adventure. The lakes of Banff are my crown jewels, their extraordinary colors a result of fine rock flour, ground by glaciers and suspended in the meltwater. This silt refracts the sunlight, creating luminous shades of turquoise, emerald, and sapphire that seem to radiate from within. Lake Louise, with the Victoria Glacier as its backdrop, and Moraine Lake, nestled in the Valley of the Ten Peaks, are two of the most famous examples. Their serene surfaces perfectly mirror the jagged peaks and endless blue skies, creating scenes of such perfect symmetry and beauty that they hardly seem real. Banff is a playground for those who love the great outdoors, offering a way to connect with my wild spirit in every season. In the summer, hiking trails wind through wildflower meadows and up to panoramic viewpoints, while canoes and kayaks glide across the tranquil lakes. In winter, the park transforms into a snowy wonderland, a world-class destination for skiing, snowshoeing, and ice skating on the frozen surfaces of the very same lakes. It is a place that invites you to be active, to breathe the crisp mountain air, and to feel the invigorating power of my natural world. Beyond its scenic beauty, Banff National Park is a crucial sanctuary for wildlife and a leader in conservation. It is a place where grizzly bears, elk, bighorn sheep, and wolves can roam freely across vast territories. The park's innovative wildlife corridors, including its famous overpasses and underpasses, are a pioneering example of how to help animals safely cross human highways, a model of coexistence that has been adopted around the world. Banff is more than just a beautiful place. It is a promise, a commitment to preserving my wild heart for generations to come. In the foothills of the Canadian Rockies, in Alberta, there is a lake that holds a secret, a hidden spectacle that reveals itself only in the deepest chill of winter. This is Abraham Lake, and while it is an artificial lake, created by a dam on the North Saskatchewan River, it has become the site of one of my most enchanting natural phenomena. In the warmer months, it is a beautiful, expansive body of water, its color a lovely shade of blue from the glacial silt it carries. But it is when the temperatures plummet and the ice begins to form that the lake's true magic awakens. The phenomenon is caused by something quite ordinary: decaying organic matter. Plants on the lake bed release methane gas, which rises towards the surface in bubbles. As the lake freezes, these bubbles are trapped in their ascent, creating stacks of white, frozen disks suspended at various depths within the crystal-clear ice. The result is an otherworldly sight: thousands upon thousands of frozen orbs, looking like ethereal jellyfish or a galaxy of miniature planets locked in stasis just beneath your feet. It is a beautiful, fleeting artwork, painted by chemistry and cold. To walk upon the frozen surface of Abraham Lake is a surreal experience. The ice, often swept clear of snow by powerful winds that howl down the valley, can be as transparent as glass, offering a clear view of the bubble formations below. The sound of the wind, the cracking and groaning of the shifting ice, and the sheer vastness of the surrounding mountain landscape create a powerful and immersive sensory experience. It is a place where you can feel the immense force of winter and witness a delicate, almost magical interplay between biology and physics. Abraham Lake's beauty is not confined to its frozen bubbles. Throughout the year, it is a place of stark and dramatic scenery. The powerful winds that create the clear ice also sculpt the snow into fantastic shapes and whip clouds across the sky, leading to spectacular sunrises and sunsets that paint the peaks in hues of pink and orange. It is a testament to the fact that beauty can be found in unexpected places, and that even a man-made feature can become the canvas for one of my most unique and captivating natural displays. It is a reminder that wonder is everywhere if you only know when and where to look. Deep within the jungle-covered highlands of Venezuela, in a remote and isolated region known as the Gran Sabana, I have created a spectacle of vertical grandeur. Here, from the summit of a colossal flat-topped mountain called Awaken plunges the world's tallest uninterrupted waterfall, Angel Falls. It is a cascade of such immense height, 979 meters, with a single plunge of 807 meters, that for much of its descent, the water does not fall, but atomizes, turning into a vast cloud of mist that drifts down to the jungle below. It's less a waterfall and more like a river leaping into the sky. The journey to witness this marvel is an adventure in itself, a pilgrimage into a lost world. There are no roads to Angel Falls. Reaching its base requires a multi-day trip by motorized canoe up the winding Carao and Chirun rivers, navigating through a landscape that feels, well, prehistoric. The Tepuis, these sheer-sided tabletop mountains, rise like giant monolithic islands from the sea of green jungle, their summits often shrouded in clouds. This is the land that inspired The Lost World, a place where the imagination can easily run wild, expecting to see dinosaurs roaming the forest floor. The waterfall's name in the English-speaking world comes from Jimmy Angel, an American aviator who was the first to fly over the falls in 1933. His plane later became stuck on the summit of Awaken, and his 11-day trek back to civilization brought the falls to international attention. However, to the local Pemon people, it has always been known by names like Karapakupai Meru, meaning waterfall of the deepest place. For them, the Tepuis are sacred, the homes of powerful spirits, and the falls are a manifestation of that spiritual power. To stand at the viewpoint near the base of Angel Falls is to be humbled by the sheer scale and power of nature. The roar of the water, even from a distance, is a constant thunder. The mist, which can be felt from over a kilometer away, nourishes a unique ecosystem of lush, vibrant flora at the mountain's base. During the rainy season, the falls can split into 2 or even 3 separate cascades, increasing its majesty. Angel Falls is one of my ultimate expressions of verticality and power, a breathtaking ribbon of silver pouring from the heavens, a true wonder of the natural world. In the island nation of Iceland, a place where my geological forces are on dramatic display, lies a colossal testament to the power of cold. This is Vatnajökull, the largest glacier in Europe. It is an immense ice cap, a sprawling frozen desert that covers more than 8% of the country. Its sheer scale is difficult to comprehend. In places, its ice is a kilometer thick, and its weight is so immense it depresses the very land beneath it. This is not a static block of ice. It is a dynamic, living entity, a slow-moving river of ice that sculpts the land as it flows. But Vatnajökull hides a fiery secret beneath its frozen facade. This is a land of ice and fire, where the glacier sits directly atop some of Iceland's most active volcanoes, including Grímsvötn and Bardarbunga. This constant battle between the elemental forces of fire and ice creates a landscape of unparalleled drama. Subglacial volcanic eruptions can melt vast quantities of ice from below, creating enormous hidden lakes of meltwater. When this water bursts forth from under the glacier's edge, it results in a catastrophic flood known as a Jökulhlaup, a terrifying and powerful event that can reshape the entire landscape in a matter of hours. One of the most magical experiences Vatnajökull offers is the chance to venture inside the glacier itself. Each winter, meltwater rivers carve temporary tunnels and caves into the edges of the outlet glaciers. When these rivers freeze or recede, they leave behind ethereal ice caves. To step inside one is to enter a world of impossible blue. The light filtering through the dense ancient ice is stripped of all other colors, creating a sapphire cathedral of surreal beauty. The ice is so pure and compressed that it contains almost no air bubbles, adding to the intensity of the color. These caves are fleeting, melting and reforming each year, making every visit unique. The meltwater from Vatnajökull also creates other wonders, like the Jökulsárlón Glacier Lagoon. Here, massive icebergs that have calved from the edge of the Breiðamerkurjökull outlet glacier float serenely in a deep lagoon before drifting out to sea. They wash ashore on a nearby black sand beach, where they sit like sparkling diamonds on black velvet, earning it the name Diamond Beach. Vatnajökull is a place of constant transformation, a powerful and breathtaking laboratory where you can witness the eternal, epic struggle and beautiful synergy between my hottest and coldest creative forces. In the arid landscape of Arizona, I have carved my most profound and awe-inspiring wound. This is the Grand Canyon, a chasm of such immense scale that it defies easy comprehension. It stretches for 446 kilometers, is up to 29 kilometers wide, and plunges more than a mile deep into my crust. It is not merely a canyon. It is a geological epic, a colossal library where the pages are layers of rock, and the story is the history of the Earth itself. To stand on its rim is to be confronted with the sheer power of time and the patient, relentless force of water. For millions of years, the mighty Colorado River has been the primary artist of this masterpiece. Tirelessly, it has sliced its way down through layer after layer of rock, a process of erosion that continues to this day. Each layer of the canyon's walls tells a different chapter of my history. The reddish hues of the Supai group, the sheer cliffs of the Redwall limestone, the dark, ancient Vishnu schist at the very bottom. These strata represent nearly 2 billion years of geological time. The canyon is a vertical timeline, allowing you to gaze back into a past so deep it is almost unimaginable. The experience of the Grand Canyon changes dramatically with the light. At sunrise, the canyon awakens slowly, as soft light spills into the chasm, igniting the eastern-facing cliffs in fiery shades of orange and pink, while the depths remain in cool purple shadow. As the sun climbs higher, the canyon reveals its full, intricate complexity of buttes, mesas, and side canyons. But it is at sunset that the most dramatic performance occurs. The fading light paints the rock formations in a symphony of deepening reds, purples, and golds, a breathtaking spectacle that leaves onlookers in silent, reverent awe. The Grand Canyon is more than a visual spectacle. It is a living ecosystem and a sacred space. It is home to a surprising diversity of plants and animals, each adapted to the harsh conditions of its specific elevation. For centuries, it has been home to Native American peoples, such as the Havasupai, who continue to live within its walls, considering it a sacred and integral part of their cultural identity. The Grand Canyon is one of my most iconic and beloved creations, a place that humbles all who visit and serves as a powerful, enduring symbol of the beauty, scale, and immense age of our world. Our journey through these 100 spectacular places is a journey into the very soul of this planet. From the silent serenity of a mountain monastery to the fiery breath of a volcano, from the deepest canyons to the highest falls, you have witnessed the incredible diversity and breathtaking beauty that I hold. These are not just images on a screen, they are invitations. Let these wonders awaken your own spirit of discovery. Let them ignite a curiosity to see, to learn, and to feel the profound connection that binds humanity to the natural world. As you have seen, my beauty is both resilient and fragile. The same forces that carved the mountains and filled the oceans are at play every single day, but they are now joined by a new, powerful force: humanity. It is a shared responsibility to act as custodians of these treasures. Let the awe you have felt translate into a commitment to cherish and protect this magnificent heritage. The vibrant acid pools, the floating mountains, the frozen bubbles, they are all part of a delicate and interconnected system that requires our respect and care. So I ask you to continue exploring, whether in your own backyard or across the globe. Keep seeking out the places that make your heart beat faster and remind you of the magic inherent in this world. And as you explore, remember to protect. The future of these wonders, and countless others yet to be widely discovered, rests in your hands. Let us work together to ensure that for generations to come, the story of this earth remains one of spectacular beauty, profound wonder, and enduring life.